What's cracking, y'all? We got ourselves an unboxing, baby. Now this is gonna be a pry bar that I ordered from Blade and Beam. And I'm gonna use my new mini Boker Rendition to open this baby up. Now I'm still on the search for the perfect pry bar for me, and I have ran through so many damn pry bars, it's not even funny. I probably ran through at least 30, and I currently have, this is probably my main pry bar right now, is the staccato middleman from Nice Guy Machine Company. So this has been my main pry bar for a good while now. Now I have had other pry bars from Nice Guy Machine Company, but I love the other pry bars, but the pocket clips didn't work for me. The pocket clips on those other pry bars, they didn't have the retention that I'm looking for, which I will get into that more in this video. I guess this will be like four things that I look for in a pry bar, because I'm still on the hunt for the perfect one. There's another pry bar that I have. There's the arc form pry bar, and when getting in and out of the truck, the work truck, I bent this clip, and this came falling out of my pocket when I got out of the truck. So now I got this bent clip, and since it is integrated into the pry bar, I'm not really sure how to bend it back unless I pinch this up here with pliers. Unless I pinch it up here. I have thought about just bending it all the way back and just cutting it off and then sanding this part right here, and just keeping it at the house, not carrying it since it doesn't have a pocket clip. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. But let's open this up and then I'll talk more about these pry bars. So this is a pry bar that I've been looking at for a while, wanting to try it out. Got Blade and Beam, and we got a handwritten thank you. Thank you, Damien. We appreciate your support. Enjoy. Cool. Oh, I got a cool sticker. Hell yeah, that one's cool. That one's going on the safe. Blade and Beam. Now, this pry bar is coming by way of Prometheus Design Werx. So let's crack this open. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Oh, nice. I think we got a winner here, guys. Now this is all titanium build. We got this beautiful long pry bar end right here. I love when it comes down to a fine tip. We got a bottle opener. I like this clip right here. It has that ball for retention, and then up here we have a spot for a bit. It has a bit holder. I think it's a 1/4 inch, right? Bit holder. And what's cool about it has a little magnet in there to hold the bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. Well, I should turn on this other light right here. Let me see if this helps out productions right here. See if this helps out any. So it has that little magnet. So it holds the bit. Which that's a cool little feature, but it's not like I'm going to be walking around with bits in my pocket. I would use this here at the house, here at the work table. If I ever have to like if the pivots have like the two-sided pivot and you need to hold one end to take out the pivot, this would be something that I would use, because I would normally use a stubby to hold one end. So this could be a nice substitute for the stubby and getting the pivots out. That's cool that it has a magnet. Well, yeah, it'll hold it. So it's cool that it has a magnet there. What else does it have? Oh, it has this. It's a key for opening and closing oxygen tanks, which that is pretty random that they threw that in there. I could have used that, man, 13 years ago maybe. I used to work at a medical supply company, setting up patients on oxygen and oxygen tanks, and I think it was called a oxygen concentrator, I think. So I used to set up patients on oxygen tanks and medical supplies, and I would actually use these keys for opening the tanks. So that's something I could have used like 13 years ago, but hell, I haven't seen an oxygen tank in 13 years. So there's that. I love that it has this jimping up here. I think that's cool. It feels good in the hand. I love the size of this. It has jimping on this side too. You guys can see that. I love the size of this. Feels really good. I really like this. One thing I'm gonna have to test out is this pocket clip. God, I hope it works. I hope it has the retention I'm looking for, because if not, I'm gonna have to get rid of it, because that's one of the things I look for, is a pocket clip that has good retention. So please, baby, please have good retention. Let's try this out. I always keep my pry bar in my left back pocket. Come on. Alright, it's in there. It has pretty light retention. I don't know if I can show you guys that. I don't know if I can get my ass cheeks up on the table here. So it's in there. The retention is about mid level, I guess. I think I will have a problem with it coming out of the pocket. Damn it. I don't know, we'll see. I might just need to change my configuration on where I put everything in my pants. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Because I usually have my flashlight in my left pocket. I have my flashlight. So if I put this in the same pocket, it's gonna be rubbing up against the flashlight. And then I always carry my knife in my right side pocket. and if I put this in there, it's gonna be rubbing up against my knife. So that's why I always throw pry bars in my back left pocket. And the thing is, I get in and out of the work truck all day long. So it's the issue that I had with this one, where it'll catch on the seat or on the seat belt, whatever, and it'll pop out. It'll pop it out of my back pocket. That's why I've been loving this one, because the retention is really tough on this one. So ain't nothing coming out. Ain't nothing gonna be pushing this one out unless I purposefully pull it out of my pocket. So yeah, I don't know. I love the design. I love the feel of it. Damn it, man. I don't know. That's something I'll have to figure out. Might have to change my gear load out in my pockets. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. But as I was saying, some things that I look for in pry bars. The tips. I love that they have a really pointy tip. That's one thing that I look for. I have had other pry bars that are thicker on the tip, and I just don't like that. I don't think that they work as well. Bottle opener. I love having a bottle opener on my pry bars because I'm always drinking my cervezas. So I love having a bottle opener. This one has that fine tip as well. This one doesn't have a bottle opener, but it does have that fine tip on it. Pocket clips, obviously, that's another thing that I look for, that the retention is good on the pocket clips. This one did have really good retention on it, but for whatever reason, it got caught one day, and that was that. It pulled it out of my pocket, and the fucking clip is bent now. So I'm probably gonna just take this clip off and sand it up here. So, yep, this will be a dedicated house pry bar. And I also like that they need to be like a 4-finger grip. I don't really like the little keychain pry bars. That's not something that I like. Every time I have used a pry bar, I have never said I wish this pry bar was smaller, but I have always said I wish this damn pry bar was a little bit bigger. So I like having at least a 4-finger grip on it, and this one has really good size on it. I really love the size on this one. It is taller than the middleman, which I love that. I love the size of this one. It's a really cool pry bar. It's really cool. Yeah, I'll probably just, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something so I can carry this pry bar. Maybe go back to a small leather caddy for the pocket, maybe. I don't know. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan of using leather caddies in the pocket. They're just too bulky. I don't know. I did see the other day, I was online just looking around that EDC gear, and I came across I think it's Swank Hanks. I think that's the website, and they sell like little pocket organizers, but they're not leather. They're like made out of like silk and like soft cloth fabric. So it might be something I might pick up just to try it out. Put this pry bar in there, and maybe put this pry bar in there, and maybe a slip joint that might work out. So we'll see. We'll try it out. Now that I'm thinking about it, that might not be a bad idea. So that might be a little less bulky in the pocket than, say, like hard leather pouch. So that might be something I look into. But alright guys, I'm gonna get off of here. So this is the Prometheus Design Works. What do they call this? I think it's just pry bar, ain't it? No, I think it was a TI bar. I think it was Prometheus Design Works. Yeah, TI bar. So that is the Prometheus Design Works TI bar. I think it's really well made. I love the design on it. I think it looks cool as shit. It'll do everything I need it to do. And yeah, I guess I'll have to figure out the pocket situation on it. Alright guys, I'm gonna get off of here. You guys have a good rest of your day. Y'all keep flicking. Oh, you know what? At the recording of this video, we are at 469 subs. So we're still waiting on 31 subs, right? 31. So 31 more subs and we can do that 500 subscriber giveaway. So you guys go tell your friends, god damn it. Alright guys, you guys keep flicking. See you guys on the next one.